Welcome to the Multipliers leadership course. Very excited to be presenting this one. I'll make a special shout out to Shrine who put this presentation together. It's going to be a much better visual than the Notion pages that I had for the dichotomies course. However, they're both effective. Going forward, I will have these presentations. It makes it a little bit easier. I know a lot of people are visual learners. The Multipliers book is one of the foundational leadership books that we use in our organization for leadership. So we use the dichotomies of leadership and we use Multipliers by Liz Weissman. So I'm going to be detailing this entire book and the concepts, my spin on them, as well as some of my analogies and just kind of make it my own. I do highly encourage you to go read the book if you want a more in-depth understanding of it. I'm a learner. Not everyone likes to go deep on the books. They just want the cliff notes with the visual. That's what this is for. So maybe you start here, and then if you want a little bit of a deeper insight or a different perspective, go ahead and get the book on Audible or paper copy, whatever you do. So what is the multiplier effect? Multipliers versus diminishers. That's basically the concept of the whole book is you have multipliers and you have diminishers, okay? So, I don't know if I like that or that. I think it's probably good. So you have multipliers and you have diminishers, right? So multipliers multiply the intelligence and the capability of their people, whereas diminishers diminish the capability and the intelligence of their people. So very self-explanatory there. Right, multipliers are genius makers who bring out the intelligence in others. They build collective viral intelligence in organizations. What does that mean, viral intelligence? It means it's spreading, right? Everyone's speaking up, contributing. They feel empowered. They show up citing that they give more than they even thought they had in them because they're so passionate and so connected and so behind the leadership and the mission. That is multiplier. You're pulling more out of people. Diminisher. These leaders are, like I had said, they diminish people. They're absorbed in their own intelligence. They probably think their way is the only way. They're the only one who knows how to figure it out, which stifles other people and ultimately suffocates the organization's intelligence. So an example here would be, you have 3 cold callers, and they're each bringing in 1 lead a day. And say you need 6 leads a day. Instead of going and getting 3 more cold callers, why don't you work to be a better leader and multiply the intelligence or multiply the capability of those 3 callers? Because it would go without saying that, a cold caller could definitely produce more than 1 lead. Maybe they can produce 2, 3, 4 leads, maybe even 5 leads a day. So why don't we work to pull more capability out of those existing people rather than just go get more people, which is the easy way out. But ultimately that ends up being more work for us, more management, more people. So let's pull more out of our people versus just going and hoarding resources. So over the course of this course, there's 5 disciplines that make up the multiplier style of leadership. It's being a talent magnet, being a liberator, being a challenger, being a debate maker, and being an investor. So we're going to go into those 5 things, how to do each. And like I said, the overarching assumptions of these 2 styles of leadership, the diminisher, people will not figure it out without me. Such a limiting belief. Multiplier is people are smart and will figure it out. So it is important to understand that the underlying assumption here is that you hire good people. That's a whole other course about hiring and figuring out how to find good foundational people. But when you have smart, capable people in the organization, they will figure it out. And that's the mindset that allows them to flourish and grow and step up and own different things, own different responsibilities. So the disciplines. So like I had said, there's 5 multiplier disciplines. There's also a counter discipline, which is the diminisher tendency that we want to try to avoid. So the opposite of the talent magnet is the empire builder. The opposite of the liberator is the tyrant. Opposite of the challenger is the know-it-all. Opposite of the debate maker is the decision maker. And the opposite of the investor is the micromanager. So we're going to understand, hey, how do we lean into these tendencies? How do we avoid these tendencies? This is a really interesting stat. As a result, however they surveyed this or looked into this, people reported giving less than half of what they had in them in terms of capability and effort to diminisher style of leadership. Multipliers, on the other hand, people reported doubling their capability. So basically, what they thought they could do, they did even more. They didn't even know they had that much in them because of the leader and the ability of the leader to give the person space to grow and to own opportunities and step into that role. So multiplier is just a more efficient way to lead. We talk about leverage and getting more with less effort. Leading as a multiplier gives you more results with less effort. That is huge. Look at how inefficient this is. Your people work in less than half of what they have. You're not even getting everything out of them. Let's double that.